Sophie Waller with the Mama's Prayers, and that was requested by Vanessa. Yes, Vanessa requested that one. And the triple play was started off by JBNG, which stands for Join Bands and Not Gangs. And they sing the song Wake Up Africa. Indeed, because Africa, your time is now. Anyway, the time is 18 minutes past 11 o'clock on Reaching Higher, which is brought to us by Elivia Travel. And on a Mondays, we talk about climbing the career ladder. And we do that with none other than Kodani Katwayo, who is a career strategist. And she's so passionate about this because, so many, she's seen that there is a gap in the market. And so therefore she wants to empower us so that we can grow within our careers. So good morning and welcome back, Kodani. Welcome to Link FM.
Thank you so much, Bantu. I am definitely glad to be back, and I think more especially from just a week like last week with a lot of feedback of from like the people that I've supported with interview preps that they've been hired now. So it was quite exciting to get that feedback.
That is something that you would love to receive from those that you've assisted, because it makes you realize that you're fulfilling the mission or the purpose that you want to achieve at the end of the day, and the goals that you want to achieve through the career corporate hub.
Yeah, career and corporate hub.
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, when you put in a lot of work and you don't see results, it makes you wonder. But when you see results, then it definitely gives you that confirmation that you're doing a great job. So for me, looking at those feedback from people being happy, telling their story differently, like for somebody who's not been employed for like 3 years, a year, looking for a job, and now they're telling their story differently, it brings joy. It brings joy. And I always look at it from they didn't get the job because I prepared them. They got the job because of the work that they have put in. It starts with somebody coming to you to say, hey, I need support with a job interview, or I need support with CV review. Them pushing that button to set up a meeting with me, that means they are taking charge of their future. They are taking responsibility or accountable. They are being accountable for their future. So that's entirely dependent on them, not on me. So
because you can bring the horse to the water, but then it's the horses, they have to then drink. You can take it to the water, but it won't drink if it doesn't want to.
Exactly. So when they tell me, oh, I've been hired, I always say, look at God.
Amen. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Now, every year, we sit down, you set goals, and so you've also encouraged us to set goals for our careers. But we are halfway through the year of 2024, and perhaps somebody has just reflected over their goals, and they feel like, man, I set these goals up, but I haven't even started. And so what next? What do I do then? Do I then start off with new goals? What do I do next if I haven't achieved any of my career goals?
Oh, that's a good question, Bantu. Looking at my goals that I had set for this year, like in the beginning of the year, for an example, with reading 30 books and halfway in.
That's what I was about to say. You are doing so well. Some of us, let's not even get to that right now. And let's leave it to you that you are fulfilling, or are committed to what you said you're gonna do.
Yeah, so halfway in, I'm on book 15. So that means I'm literally halfway into my target. So having that review of the goals that you've set up for yourself is very important. Yeah. And for somebody who set up goals in the beginning of the year and now like 6 months later, they haven't even started. One thing that I can advise you is it's okay to change your mind. Go back to and really reflect on what has stopped you from starting, executing the goals that you've set up for yourself. So have a deep conversation with yourself.
An honest one.
Yes. What has stopped you from, starting those, doing the execution, because executing is very hard. It's very hard.
Okay.
You can dream, but if you do not execute, then your dream is just it's just a dream with no action. So now looking at 6 months, and I'm sure you kept saying, well, next month I will start. Next month I will start. So
Tomorrow.
going back, yes, going back to the drawing board, ask yourself those questions: what has stopped you? And with the answers of what has stopped you, make sure that there are no excuses within what has stopped you, because you know excuses give us a reason why we're not doing something. But if you don't put excuses and just give a real reason why you haven't done anything, then it'll give you a clear direction to where to from where you are now. And I mean, a year gets busy, and sometimes what you've written down as your goals that you would like to pursue change as well.
Yes.
Depending on where you are as well,
Or the circumstances that
Yes.
maybe like a family, like you said, a career goal, but then you realize halfway, okay, now your family is expanding. So now, of course, you can't beat yourself up about that because yes, it wasn't part of your plan, but God's plan will prevail.
Definitely. So always look at where you are, and just set up new goals. If you feel like the ones that you've set up in the beginning of the year are not feasible, so it's always great to go back to the drawing board. And some people, you speak about job hunting. I always say, if you're job hunting, please set up a milestone for yourself when you want to be hired and how you are going to approach this. Because then if you're not hired by the timeline that you said you are going to be hired, it allows you to go back to the drawing board and really review what has happened within the last 6 months that you were job hunting, where you're just pushing the button of applying, where you're tailoring your CV as per maybe instructions from someone or someone's advice. What were you doing within the last 6 months? Therefore, if you see what you were doing the last 6 months did not work, don't say you are giving up because it doesn't work. For me, if if you haven't gotten a solution, that means you haven't done enough.
Okay.
Right.
There could be another way. There could be another
Definitely.
strategy of how you can achieve that goal.
Definitely. That's why consulting is very important, because if you are operating as an island, then you'll never find solutions.
Or your blind spots.
Or your blind spots as well. So that's why, with also job hunting, you have to really consult to see, am I doing it correctly? What am I going wrong? What is it that I can improve? So going back to the drawing board definitely is what I would advise that you should do if you are currently feeling stuck and you feel like the goals that you've set in the beginning of the year are not feasible to be achievable, or you haven't started.
And can we feel like, okay, I'm stuck? Is there a moment, or you've hit the ceiling? Some people might say, I can't grow further. They in a career, maybe they've been in this job for over 10 years, and then they say to themselves, I've hit the ceiling, I've capped it, I can't grow from this. Is that something that is, should be saying, or is there something that we haven't explored, or haven't we looked at another path? Maybe you've kept it in this company, maybe there's an even bigger corporation that can ensure that you grow in the career.
Yeah, definitely. If you feel like you are feeling stuck or you have hit the ceiling, that means your surroundings is wrong. You need to change your surroundings. I mean, your environment has a big influence on how you turn out. It's either in your career or just in your personal life.
Yes.
So your surrounding has a big influence. That's why it is vital that you always, evaluate your surroundings, because if your surrounding does not inspire you to do better, then that means you won't see the need for pushing, for growth. Yes. But if you surround yourself with people that are pushing, that means that you're going to push yourself as well, because you see that there is, there's no limit to where you are. And I was looking at, Makadzi, the singer.
Yes.
She won
an award at the BET Awards last night.
Correct. And when you look at where she started, I'm sure she never believed that she would get to win a BET award.
That's right.
But looking at that, then you believe that, it's actually possible. It's inspiring. So now, if you feeling like where you are it is impossible to get to where you think you would like to be, or you feel like you are satisfied with what you have where you are, reevaluate your surrounding.
Sure. And this is some of the things that we don't really talk about. We might feel as though, oh man, I'm competing with the next person next to me. But you're not really competing, but you're just gauging yourself where you are on the ladder. Maybe you might seeing, people around you are growing, and then you look at yourself and you're like, okay, but now there's no growth within me. Maybe that circle that you have, or that pool that you are looking at, is not an environment that you should be in at that moment. It's not
Definitely.
about competing,
No.
but also you assessing where you are.
No, definitely. I think we've spoken about this before also, that if you feel like people around you are competing with you, instead of looking at it from, oh, they are being inspired, then you are still in the wrong mindset, because yes, you may feel like people are copying you, but maybe the way they're copying you because it's actually a validation that you're doing
Okay.
well in life. So if you start looking at it that way, that actually the reason why they are doing this,
They see
what I'm
something
doing, they see
good.
something good with me.
Wow.
Yes, and in terms of you looking at somebody that you feel like, oh, they would think that I'm competing with them, it's quite important to really know who you are and what you want in life. Then you won't look at it as competing, because
Yes.
if you look at somebody that inspires you, then becoming the best version of yourself, then wouldn't you won't look at it as competing. I think obviously, like where we are, sometimes we are fighting for, maybe for a position at work,
yes.
you are
and
fighting.
we've touched on that.
Yes.
Because there's one candidate that will be chosen, or one
Yeah.
role, and there's many of you.
Yeah.
But it's not about fighting, but you also have to put your best foot forward.
Oh, definitely. So you have to, that's why a roadmap is very important.
Sure.
You need to understand where you are going, and not look at where somebody else is going. Because although your goals are the same, but the vision could be different. So
Wow.
the end results is always different. So now just look at what your vision is, what your goal is, and focus on that, and not really look at maybe somebody would think that I'm competing against them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to be wrapping up Climbing the Career Ladder with Kodani Hladwayo in a few minutes' time. But we just spoke about reassessing your goals, reassessing your roadmap that you have. Now let's just touch on that, Kodani, in case anybody has missed our conversations previously about a roadmap. How do we define a roadmap, and what is the purpose of having a career roadmap?
Yeah. So a career roadmap helps you to identify the growth that you want to take, and also the experience, or rather the skills that you need to acquire in order for you to get to
A certain level.
a certain level. Yeah. So it's quite important that you visualize exactly where, like, your past experience and also your future experience, so that you know the resources that would require in order for you to get there. But then if you don't have a roadmap, then it becomes hard to visualize where you would like to be in the future. For an example, support that you need, the
Skills.
sponsors that you need as well, because or mentorship that you need instead of sponsors, the allies that you need also to get to where you want to be. So with the roadmap, then it gives you like a clear direction on the steps that you can take to get there, and also helps you to fast check your growth as well. Actually, the book that I'm reading now, if you don't do politics, politics will do you. It also touches on what we've touched on before about if you are, like, for an example, you need to verbalize your goals. For an example, if I want to put a promotion at work, I need to align that with my manager.
Wow.
If she's responsible
Yes.
for promotion, he or her is responsible for for promoting me. And then you find that there are two people, one that's like very like a hard worker, and then they're not verbalizing what they want for their future, and then the one that's not, yes, they're working, but they are very average, but they're verbalizing what they want. Then their direction becomes more clearer and fast tracked, because then the direction is clear. But the one who's just working very hard, expecting that the manager should notice what they are doing, then could be affected, because maybe the manager that you have is not able to identify potential if you're not talking about it. So that's why a roadmap is quite important, that you have that clear direction.
Is there a template for why anybody, like if there's an individual, like a company, a corporate that wants to inspire the employees to have a career roadmap? Is there a template that they can find online somewhere, or if they contact you, they can find a template to have that structure so that they can know what to include in a roadmap, and how to review it after they've implemented that execution plan?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, yes, I do have my own templates. However, it's easy. You can find it on Google.
Oh,
Like if you
wow.
go and Google career roadmap, you'll find it there. I think the challenge would be getting like a development plan on how to develop to get to where you would like to be,
Okay.
which is then more informative than, you can put it on Excel and just put the dates where you want to start, maybe like the skills that you want to develop, and the end goal. Like, I mean, when you think you'd be done with that specific skill that you'd be learning, and also the people who will be supporting you. So it's quite important that you highlight the people who are going to support you in that journey. So we often neglect having a sponsorship, and a sponsorship also helps you with having somebody to speak for you in the room that you're not in.
Okay.
So you need as well. So you cannot, it's not easy for you to grow alone. You need,
No one is an island.
no one is an island.
We need each other.
We need each other.
Okay.
And you need people that are also in higher position who can also advocate for you.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. And you're not competing with them. You're not going to
No.
look down on yourself, but they
No.
are there to help you grow in your career. Now, Kodani, if anybody would like to contact you for your services, perhaps they want to prepare for an interview, they want to review their CV, they want a consultation with you to see where they can change their goals or their roadmap, their career roadmap, how can they contact you and where can they find any resources that you have?
Yeah, so on LinkedIn, it's Kodani Tlajoyo, and then on TikTok, career and corporate hub, and then email address is career.corporatehub@gmail.com. And then on also you can check on YouTube. There are quite a lot of videos that you can learn a lot with regards to interview preps and also CV writing at Career and Corporate Hub.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. And what book are you still reading? That same book that you mentioned to us last week?
Yes, Niven Postma. If you don't do politics, politics will do you. So this is a great book, a guide to navigating office politics effectively and ethically. So I'm almost done with it. I'm sure I'm going to be done today.
Maybe what we can do with all the books that you've read, give us a review, like the top 3 books that you would encourage any person that wants to grow in their career, and we have a review over the airwaves during climbing the career ladder with Kodani. And that's what I'm going to be wrapping up that Monday edition once again of Climbing the Career Ladder.